News OSU, we take a look at the surprise visit of President Biden to Ukraine, a new funding project for inclusivity in Stillwater parks, and later we'll see how a group in Stillwater is putting a new twist on Valentine's Day. Stay with us. This is News OSU for Tuesday, February 21st. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Aubrey Cooper. We begin in Ukraine, where President Joe Biden made a surprise visit to meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky. This comes just days before the first anniversary of Russia's invasion and symbolized a display of Western solidarity. President Biden paid tribute to President Zelensky's courage and leadership in a message written in the Mariinsky Palace guestbook, writing, "I am honored to be welcomed again in Kyiv to stand in solidarity and friendship with the freedom-loving people of Ukraine, Mr. President." Biden spent just 5 more hours in the Ukrainian capital consulting with President Zelensky and honoring the country's fallen soldiers during his visit. The two presidents solemnly laid 2 wreaths at the Wall of Remembrance and held a moment of silence for the Ukrainian soldiers killed since 2014. Former President Jimmy Carter is entering hospice care at home. A statement from the Carter Center says the 98-year-old has decided to spend his remaining time at home with his family and receive hospice care instead of additional medical intervention. Carter recently had been in and out of the hospital for short stays. The statement went on to say Carter has the full support of his family and his medical team. The Carter family has asked for privacy and is grateful for the concern shown by his many admirers. Carter is the longest living American president in U.S. history. He was elected in 1976 and served 1 term in office. In local news, the city of Stillwater is in the process of receiving a grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. As Brody Myers tells us, this money has the potential to greatly improve the city community.
Kids are running, playing, and laughing at Stillwater Strickland Park. 2 grants from U.S. Housing and Urban Development improved the skate park and made the playground more inclusive for children with disabilities. But it's also funded some less flashy projects. The city of Stillwater has received several of these community development block grants from HUD. For the first few years, city officials focused on behind-the-scenes stuff, such as sewer lines and storm drains. Shelley Crines oversees all of Stillwater's grants.
The CDBG, their goal is to help with several different types of projects. You can see that they do things with like parks and playground equipment, public infrastructure.
And HUD intends these grants for cities of 50,000 people or less. Currently, Stillwater's population sits just above 48,000. Officials from HUD have suggested a litany of projects for communities to pursue, including economic development, access to broadband, bringing people out of homelessness, and more.
Our allocation for this next round of funding, it would be $228,333. And so we would match that at least 1-to-1.
Stillwater residents can come here to City Hall on February 28th and March 16th to give their input on how the grants can be spent. They can also call Shelley Crines anytime at the number listed below. For News OSU in Stillwater, I'm Brody Myers.
More than 300,000 Starbucks vanilla Frappuccinos bottles are being recalled because they might contain glass. The drinks are 13.7-ounce vanilla Frappuccinos with expiration dates of March 8th, May 29th, June 4th, and 10th. Distributor PepsiCo has issued the warning to retailers and consumers. The Food and Drug Administration says the recall began on January 28th and is ongoing. Valentine's Day is most often celebrated by spending time with the ones you love. One Stillwater group has turned the holiday into a personal DIY project. Lauren Suarez tells us how Air Workshop celebrated those without significant others this holiday.
AR Workshop is an arts and crafts store located in downtown Stillwater. It has many DIY projects people can sign up to participate in. People can do woodworking, blankets, doormats, and now candle making has been added to the list.
So today we were doing kind of a Galentine's event where people can come in and make candles.
Like a Hawaiian.
It's one of our newest projects. So we have 23 different scents that they can choose from, and they can mix and match, or they can just select one scent to mix into their candle. Like I said, choose your own scents. The name creativity is kind of the creative part, and It's a lot of fun to see the different names.
Lauren Jin is a regular at AR Workshop and enjoys coming about once a month with her friends.
I like candles. I have a collection of like 40 on the bottom of my bookshelf that have not been burnt through, but I just like the atmosphere here and just getting to be creative and kind of express myself. You know, typical candles are already made. This time I get to smell the scents and I get to put it together and kind of just create something of my own. I do like. And it was Galentine's, so we get to hang out with friends and I don't have to do it by myself. But overall, just like to try new things.
For those who are 21 and older, you can even enjoy a drink while working on your project.
We bring our own food, we bring our own drinks, and we just kind of make it our own thing.
If you're interested, you can register for the workshop classes online at www.arworkshop.com/Stillwater. People can choose from an array of scents and name their candle for $25 at the AR Workshop. For News OSU, I'm Lauren Suarez.
Weather in Stillwater promises to have major jumps in the middle of this week. The forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday is low to mid-70s with overcast skies and an 80% chance of rain on Wednesday. Windy with clearing skies after the morning rain. Be sure to layer up though, as Thursday and Friday take a dramatic plunge into the mid-40s and a chance of showers into the weekend. And that's News OSU for Tuesday, February 21st. I'm Aubrey Cooper. From all of us here, stay safe and we'll see you next week on News OSU.